Hi everyone. So, just finished watching episode 2 of the Last of Us TV show and just want to share my thoughts on it. I think with this one, I probably will include spoilers because it's just easier to talk about the episode that way. So, hopefully, you've all seen it before you watch this. Again, I'm impressed. I think it's a good continuation from episode 1. It's shorter, naturally. It's gone down to, I think, an hour's runtime. When I was watching it, there was just certain many scenes that are just obviously naturally taken straight from the game, and it's just very well done. So this episode kind of covers the sequence when Joel, Tess, and Ellie are going through parts of the city, trying to get to the Fireflies, trying to get to the I can't remember what the building is, but the monument with the gold dome that you see in the background. And just parts of it, I was just like, wow, this is just like the game. And it is just so interesting to see something you've played thoroughly brought to life in terms of a real place with real people interacting in it. It's so interesting. Again, top marks to the production design and the art direction is done very, very well. Exceptionally well, I'd say, actually. In terms of the story and performances, I think that Tess really impressed me in this episode, and you get to see kind of more of Ellie and her personality, definitely. Joel, Pedro Pascal's Joel, is kind of like a brooding presence there in the background. He clearly obviously drives a lot of the action, like he'll go forward into places, rooms and buildings with his gun, etc., kind of clearing the path or clearing the way for the other two. But yeah, he's kind of just there, kind of in the background. But obviously, eventually, the story will become just Joel and Ellie, so we'll get to see more of him. We get to see our first encounter, as they called in the Naughty Dog games, encounters. We get to see our first interaction with clickers. And I have to say that entire sequence is so tense. It's really well done. It's a very, very tense sequence. It's very edgy. I think I stopped breathing while I was watching it. So it was done really good. I think the clickers have been done really well in terms of just how the way, how they move in that unique way and stuff. The sound effects are just like they are from the game. And it's very scary when you hear the sound effects, the clicking sound effect, before you see anything. So really, really well done. An interesting thing that they did is they've expanded upon the story and the infection and have made it more worldly. So similar to episode 1, where it begins with scientists on a TV show talking about this possible virus decades ago, this one again begins with a kind of science-based theme. And I know in the last week on Reddit and online there was lots of like theories and rumors and people linking things to flour and Indonesia, and it's fascinating because those theories came true. So well done to all those people who are really smart and figured that one out. But yeah, they kind of show this professor looking into the virus in Jakarta, Indonesia. That whole sequence was possibly, in a very good episode, that opening sequence was possibly my favorite scenes, actually. I really enjoyed her. She was really well cast, and it just had this really great underlying tension to it. It was very action driven, not too much dialogue. So it was just a very good sequence. And obviously, this infection originates in Asia because, all infections and viruses in Hollywood films and history always originate in Asia. Watching this kind of enemy encounter scene made me laugh, because watching the three of them take on two clickers in a relatively big space, it was just so funny, because I was like, yeah, no, this game is very unrealistic, because in real life you would not be shooting on the target. You wouldn't be shooting at the target. You'd be scared. You'd be running around banging into things. And it just made me laugh about how in the game, I'll be playing it and I'm like, I must get a headshot really calmly. But yeah, no, in reality, it's frightening, absolutely frightening. It's kind of a nice little moment where Joel, this must be an Easter egg, but where Joel gives Ellie a bandage to put around her arm, which obviously, if you remember anytime you get injured, no matter where you get injured in Last of Us, they'll just wrap a bandage around the forearm. It's hilarious. You know, you get shot in the face and it's like bandage on the forearm. So, and then there was a reference to Bill and Frank's, which I kind of knew going in that I think episode 3 was going to be involving Bill, because everyone online seems to be hyping it up, and there's a reference to taking Ellie there. So the thing I'm really intrigued about is they've confirmed it's 9 episodes, and a month or so ago, I kind of thought that this would be split into 2 seasons. Last of Us 1, I thought that, I just made a theory that, you know, perhaps they would end it on the cliffhanger when Joel gets that really bad injury. I think we're in winter by then. We're like halfway through the story. So, but I think from what I've read and what friends have told me, it is just the 1 season, I think. So I am intrigued as to how they're going to fit this all into the remaining 7 episodes. But we shall see. Yeah, all in all, I'm very impressed, really enjoying it. It's a really good adaptation of a video game into a live action show. Anything that they've deviated from the game, it's been done well, and it's all done to serve the story in the format of an episodic TV show. So I think it's going really well. And I think, yeah, if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. Even if you've played the game and you know the story, etc., know all the beats and know what's going to happen, I still think definitely watch this show. So yeah, those are my thoughts on my rambling thoughts on episode 2. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it encourages you to watch the show, and see you next time next week to discuss episode 3. Take care.